Hello, in this video I'm going to be talking about attendance in Canvas. So first of all, to access attendance in Canvas, what you're going to want to do is come over to your left navigational links and click on the attendance link. So I'm already here on the attendance page. You should see a list of all your students. Now if you don't see a list of all your students, it might have to do with what section you're in, which if you see there's two tabs, you've got example 1 and a section 2 tab over here with no one in it. Well, these are in alphabetical order. So if you've got a section that doesn't have students in it, it may be the first section that comes up. So when you first click on attendance, there's a possibility that you might not see all of your students. Also, if you've got multiple sections of a class combined into one course in Canvas, you'll have to click to your different sections. So you might have a section 1 and a section 2, maybe a section 3 of a course in tabs here. So you'll have to click on the different sections to get to those students. So once you've found your students that you want to take attendance for, you've got options to mark all present, unmark all, or if you want to do it one by one, you can just click on the name right there where they've got the little box next to it, or the little circle, and you just click to say that the student was there, or if you click again, that means the student wasn't there, or you can have that the student was late. So those are kind of your options, and they just kind of cycle through. You also, if you click on the More button next to a student, you can see how many times the student was present, how many times they were late, absent. You can add a badge, you can manage your badges, and you can actually take attendance here as well. So if you want to see all of them, you want to see the student wasn't there, you want to see this. So those are just some of the things that you can see here. For the badges, we don't really go into a lot right now to talk about badges. If you're interested in them, let us know and we can talk to you more about it. But this is just kind of basic taking attendance 101. So here you can see how many times the student was present and how many times they were late. If you need to know what the last date of attendance was, you would need to come up here and actually click through. So here at the top, that's kind of your calendar, and you would have to actually click around and see when was the last time. So that's one way. Now that can be kind of time consuming if you're not sure. You might just be clicking and clicking and clicking forever. Clicking here doesn't really do much other than you can at least click to a specific date, but otherwise it doesn't show you when students were present or not present. So what you might want to do if you want to see for this student, if you click here, and not the roll call settings, but the attendance report, and you can run a report. So you can enter in the student's ID number. In all honesty, we haven't had very much luck with this. So what we've been telling people to do is to just go ahead, enter in your email address. It should default to your normal outside email address, and just run the report without entering in any specific information. Now the report you run is going to be kind of ugly, and you're going to have to wade through it, but at least it will give you all of the different information that you want. But for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and go back. Also, you can view this by class, so you can kind of drag this over if you have a certain class list and you want to make sure that you see your students, and you can enlarge this or make it smaller. So edit seating chart, then you can take attendance this way, and that's if you want to have your students set up in a certain way. So just to show you kind of some of the differences here, you can also, if you come up here, you can go to your roll call settings. A lateness counts as what percent of a presence. Now this is kind of confusing, and so we don't actually recommend that you use it because it just, honestly, there's not a good way to explain it. If you want, you can play around with it. You can also view some of the extra resources that explain it, but in all honesty, it just doesn't make a huge amount of sense, and we don't, in general, recommend using it. But you can if you'd like. The other thing you need to make sure you're aware of is by using attendance, if you go to your assignments, so up here is your assignments, by using attendance, what you're going to get is this roll call attendance assignment. Now, unless you unpublish this and turn this into something that's not graded, this will calculate into your grades for your students, and the students will be able to see this. Once again, in general, we do not recommend that because in most cases, this doesn't really mean what you would want it to mean, and you can't go in and enter a grade for it. It's calculated based off of this attendance. So what we would recommend is, first of all, unpublish it, then actually come over to the settings. So click on the assignment, click the edit button, and over here, turn this into not graded and make that a 0. Now, and then we want to update it. There you go. So now when you look at it, it's just completely wiped out and it's not going to calculate in at all. But this roll call attendance will automatically populate in your assignments, which is what shows up in your grades. So if you don't come in and unpublish this and hide it from your students, it will be visible, it will start calculating into your grades, and it will start causing problems. So please make sure you come over here and hide it and turn it into not graded. I hope this has helped, and if you have any additional questions or need additional assistance, please see the additional guides or let us know how we can help.